Hey, it's Gina at Tarot and Time in Kent, Connecticut. I'm here to give you a tarot and astrology reading for the month ahead of August 2022. So I'm going to timestamp each week below in the comments so that if you want to listen back, you can break down each week. I know it's a lot of information at once, trying a little new format here, so I'd love to hear feedback. So I have each week I make a little forecast for the week ahead, and so I will be posting that also, so you'll have a quick reference guide to just make things more accessible and easy for you. Okay, so let's jump right into this beautiful month of August, and we are going to begin with week 1. Okay, so week number 1 happens to fall August 1st through 8th. And this is a beautiful, powerful week of the sun being in the sign of Leo, right? We've just gotten started with Leo's season here. Leo rules the heart. It rules the 5th house in astrology. It rules that childlike joy. It rules love affairs. It rules fun. It rules entertainment. It has a lot to do with children. It has to do with cats. Some people say it has to do with teachers. But I like to think of the joy of it. I like to think of how Leos themselves need a lot of attention. They need center stage, okay? There's a little bit of like being in that limelight, because how lucky are Leos to be ruled by the sun? It's a pretty cool sign to have. So you need to share that bright light with others, but you have to feel moved in your heart to do so, okay? So let's talk about this first week of Leo. We're going to start off the week with the moon in Virgo. Now, this whole first week, we're going to have Mars, the planet of action, sitting right next to Uranus, the planet of divine insight, genius energy. It's like a lightning bolt, okay? So you've got Mars that rules men. It rules action, going forward with things. And Uranus, anything's possible energy together. And then there's another point together with it called the North Node. And the North Node is often discussed as why you came to the planet, the work that you came here to do. So there's this energy of action, unpredictableness, but what you came here to do. Now, all of that cluster of energy is in the sign of Taurus, and it's making a square to Saturn, the planet of restriction, kind of like everyday life here on planet Earth. This is what we have to do. These are the rules we have to follow towards success. Now, I'm seeing this square there kind of helping us out, that Saturn is retrograde right now. So Saturn wants to, it rules all your routines, all of the rules that you put on yourself. And so in retrograde, we're kind of taking a look at all of those things. So this is a great time to look at your schedule, look at your calendars. What doesn't serve you any longer? What doesn't bring that joy to the heart? And how can we rearrange? How can we restructure our lives so that we can feel more joy? So we have more love to give to the world because we feel less burdened. Okay, so this is making choices about where you spend your time and energy. This can be reformatting your calendar, canceling some appointments that no longer serve you. Those are the kind of things that we're looking at during this Saturn retrograde. Okay, so I'm looking at the square that Saturn's making to this Mars and Uranus as a positive thing, because it can help break away what doesn't serve you anymore. Now, if you go into this resisting and not wanting change and wanting things to stay the same, you may be met with difficulty there, because these energies are stronger than you. So be as flexible as you can be open to new ideas, because they can really help you out. Now, we have the sun opposite Saturn. So there's a lot of Saturn stuff going on here. So the sun wants to show up in the world, and Saturn's over here. It needs a certain amount of routine. They're kind of across from each other. So it's kind of like balancing out summer vacation and getting work done, right? It's kind of back and forth and finding that balance. Now we have Venus in the sign of Cancer, that romantic sign of Cancer, and Neptune, the planet, Neptune is in its own sign of Pisces. So I think of Neptune as dreamy, spiritual, also very romantic and very cloudy. So things could be there could be a romantic fog going on right now. So enjoy that, enjoy the poetry, enjoy the dreaminess of it. but understand that that will wear off soon and you may see things a little bit differently, okay? So this week, this first week of August 1st through 8th, we'll start off with the moon in Virgo. It's a great time to be writing. It's a great time to be communicating your feelings to someone else that you love, okay? Now, Tuesday, the moon will move into Libra. It's a lucky time in love, but I wrote don't spend all your money, okay? So let's not be too frivolous. The mood's going to get a little bit more intense during the week on the 3rd. You want to take some alone time. It would do you really good. Now, Pluto also, Pluto, the planet that rules Scorpio, that's all about change, is making a positive trine to that Mars and Uranus conjunction, that togetherness. So Pluto wants to bring change. So everything I'm just kind of seeing for that week ahead and really for the month ahead, I see a lot of help with change. You just have to be willing to accept the change. Okay. So Thursday, the moon will move into Scorpio, and Mercury, the planet of communication, is going to move into Virgo. So this Mercury rules the sign Virgo. So conversations can start to be more detailed, more precise. You want to pay attention to the details, okay? And then the weekend forecast for the big weekend of August 8th through, 6th through 8th. It's the sidewalk sale weekends here in Kent, Connecticut. So if you're looking to shop, that's a great time for it. The moon's going to be in Scorpio until it moves into Sagittarius on the 6th. So my message for you that weekend is take a look at the people that are around you, because there's a lot of karmic energy going on, okay? So what that means is that the people around you right now over that weekend are people that you may have had relationships with before in the past, in past lives, familiar energies, okay? So if you believe in those kind of things, this is a really good time for you to observe who you're around, what the themes are, what it is that is looking to heal, okay? And so keeping in mind karmic relationships, allowing the healing to happen, but also keeping the conversation light, because the moon is going to be square Mercury. So let's not push it talking about our emotions. Let's keep it a little bit lighter, but pay attention. Pay attention to the themes that come out that weekend, and look at that as things that maybe are coming up to be resolved, okay? Lifetime themes. Okay, so that is a beautiful week number 1. We will have just been moving out of the new moon in Leo. And so this is the time that your dreams are growing. Those seeds that you planted start to grow. Okay, so envision the growth of that. Now we're going to move on to week number 2. And week number 2, the 8th through the 14th, we still have Mars and Uranus and the North Node in the sign of Taurus all grouped together, okay? We still have Saturn making that square to Mars. So remember, it's trying to help us trim off the things that don't work anymore, the actions that are no longer serving us, okay? We still have Pluto making a positive trine to Mars, helping us out there. And Pluto is going to be opposite Venus this week. We also have Saturn squaring Uranus. Okay, so Pluto opposite Venus. Interesting. So Pluto rules sex. It rules deep transformation and change. Opposite Venus, that's relationships. So this can be either a really passionate time or it can be intense, to say the least, okay? So Monday, August 8th, the moon will be in Sagittarius. It'll move into Capricorn in the afternoon. I want you to start working on your list of 6 things that you're grateful for, that you're allowing to grow, because we're going to move up quickly into the full moon this week. So this is a big full moon week. You want to get your moon water out. You can get it outside in this nice weather here in New England, or you can put it in a window, whatever it can get the moon's charges. I like to take that list of 6 things that you're grateful for, that you're allowing to grow bigger, and maybe put it underneath your water jug, especially if that water jug's inside. Otherwise, you can put the list in the windowsill also, okay? So it's just good to do these kind of things. They're symbolic. They're letting us really focus on what our dreams are, what what our intentions are so they don't just get lost in the clouds. So Tuesday, we have the moon in Capricorn. It's a great time to be getting some work done, to give thought to career-related things, to the structure of your life. Because remember, Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, and there's a lot going on with Saturn right now. Wednesday the 10th, the moon will be in Capricorn to Aquarius. It can be moody, but powerful change can happen, okay? Then we move into the full Aquarius moon on Thursday the 11th. And so Aquarius, unpredictably predictable, right? Aquarius that rules large groups of people. It rules friends. It rules new ideas. It's an air sign. It's the sign of the genius. It wants to bring in genius change into our lives, okay? So let's start identifying the changes that need to be made. Start making plans. And I was thinking about, like, a lot of you are going to be on vacation. So this change doesn't have to be right now, but the idea can come in right now. So start thinking ahead for September, because once the moon or the sun moves into Virgo, it'll be a good time to get things in order, okay? So this is a great time for a list. This is a great time for, wow, what a great idea. Write it down. Okay, then the weekend forecast for week number 2, 8/12 through 8/14, it's going to be a Pisces weekend. Okay, so Pisces is very watery, very dreamy. We know Neptune's in its own sign of Pisces right now. So there's a lot of strong Neptune energy. So water signs need more rest than any other sign, okay? So this is a great weekend for rest and relaxation. I wrote on the forecast, rest, restore, dream, swim, make art, make love, make the world a better place, okay? Because Pisces has a lot to do with, like, wellness for the world, okay, and feeling. And so making sure when we feel so much, we need to rest and restore, okay? So great summer weekend for swimming, for all those kind of things, keeping things a little bit lighter and imagining the world a better place and imagining what we can do daily to make that happen, okay? Okay. All right. Week number 3. So we're moving on to, and I'm going to post all of these little cheat sheet forecasts for you also, so you'll get some visuals. So we're moving into week 3, which is August 15th through 21st. We still have the Mars-Uranus North Node conjunction together in the sign of Taurus. Saturn is still square Mars. Pluto is still making that great trine to Uranus and Mars. So there's a lot of help with getting change going, okay? So Monday, 8/15, the moon is in Aries. I wrote a little self-love goes a long way in healing that old emotional wound, because there's some Chiron aspects going on. Now, moon in Aries on Tuesday, and then it's going to move into Taurus by the evening. It's a really good day to spend some time alone. It's a really good day to self-care, self-love, even if it's just a few minutes, whatever you can do, not engage so much with others, okay? Now, Wednesday, the moon will be in Taurus. And so this is a great time. The energy of that day, there was a great time to just kind of do something spontaneously. Just like, okay, you know what? We're getting towards the end of the summer. I wanted to do this. Let's go. Okay. Something beautiful, something lovely, something that includes a great meal. Okay. Thursday, the 18th, the moon will also be in Taurus. And I wrote go shopping because why not? Okay. Now, the weekend, the moon will be in Gemini. So Gemini, it rules our environment. It's an air house, right? It rules our local community. It kind of, I talk about Gemini as like this bouncing ball. I have a Gemini moon. I'm kind of just blah, 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 blah all the time. And so that's kind of Gemini. It's very vocal, lots of thinking. Okay, so get out there and enjoy your local community, whatever that local community is. If you're on vacation, just savor where you are, okay? Now, Mars, how you take action, moves into the sign of Gemini also. So start caring about the local community. I wrote down, pick up some litter, write a local business a good review, okay? That's always really appreciated. Okay, week number 4. kind of sad to think about the end of the summer here. Week number 4, August 22nd to 28th. We still got a few things the same. We've got Mars and Uranus, North Node, and Taurus together. The Saturn square Mars ends. That ended last week, midweek, so that's great. Saturn will be square Uranus, though, and we still have that Pluto trine with Mars and Uranus, and now also Mercury, okay? So remember, a trine is a positive aspect. Pluto wants to bring some change in for the better, okay? Now, welcome to Virgo season, because before you know it, the sun's gonna move into Virgo on Monday, 8/22. Speak from the heart, you just might be heard. Tuesday, the 23rd, the moon will move into Cancer. It's going to be moody, and just be honest, you might want to stay home. You might want to just, like, you know, if you have to go to work, you might want to come home early, or if you're able to work from home, great day to do it. Great day to read a book, and a great day to start the list of 6 new moon wishes, because we're going to be moving towards the new moon, okay? So, new moon, planting seeds, right? Virgo likes to organize things, likes to get things in order. It's about your service in the world. So it's a really great time to start thinking about what you want this next fall season to look like, and as we're getting closer and closer to that new year. So Wednesday, the 24th, the moon will move into Leo, so savor that summer energy. Think about your next summer plans. Maybe start thinking about those, what you can do to get that in order earlier. Uranus goes into retrograde. So now we're going to have 4 planets in retrograde. Now they're outer planets, but it's interesting to observe what's going on right now. What is showing us? What is the universe showing us that's not working, right? So I think of those outer planets like so affecting the bigger picture of our lives. And the inner planets like Mercury and Venus, Mars, like kind of affecting more of our daily life. They move quicker. So with these outer planets, 4 of them in retrograde, let's observe, because we're really going to have to go with the flow with the changes that they're bringing. Now, Thursday the 25th, the moon's going to be in Leo. Mercury's going to move into Libra. So Mercury, the planet of communication, is going to move into the relationship sign of Libra. Okay, so lots to talk about, and lots of love to share with others. Allow love to lead the way. Now, the weekend forecast for this last weekend in August, it will be a new moon weekend. So the new moon will be on Saturday, the 27th. New moon in Virgo. So Virgo ruled by Mercury. So this is a great time to be thinking about making wishes about how our lives are organized, what it is that our service is to this world. This has to do with health and well-being. So maybe we start cleaning up our diet a little bit more after all the summer fun, right? Kind of reducing all the fruits and drinks and ice cold stuff that we've been drinking, because we know we're going to be moving into a cooler climate, right? So starting to shift our diet, because they say, I think a lot of alternative medicines, I know in Ayurvedic medicine, that the season changes are when we often get sick because our body has to let go of excess. Starting to get ahead of that, starting to move into more root vegetables, starting to move into thinking about more grains and those kind of things that are a little bit more hearty, okay? So allow the old way of being to fall away and be replaced by all the little details of the life that you love. Okay, so Virgo is all about those details, and it's about the mind and thinking about your life. Okay, so allowing all these planets that want to help us change, allowing them to bring in the new, better version. Okay, so I'm going to jump over into the cards, and we'll do a month ahead reading. Pile number 1, this lovely amethyst, polished amethyst. I think of that as such a calming stone, but also known for strength also. Okay, so we're going to talk about this month ahead of August. We're going to do a general reading first, then we'll break it down week by week. We'll do some charms and all that fun stuff. Okay, so let's see what you need to know. I have not looked at any of these cards yet. I'm working with a few different decks here, and here we go. Okay, we're starting off with this Five of Cups. And, you know, there's a lot of emotions going on here. There's a lot of sorrow. There's some love loss. But these 3 cups have spilled. Maybe there's been some issues with friend groups. But there's still 2 cups here. There's still 2 cups standing here. And so we want to look at what even though there's changes here, what is still remaining, okay? Now, in the heart of the matter position, we have this beautiful moon card. This is from the Herb Crafters Tarot. And so this is called Datura, which is, I thought it was a moonflower, but this is the moon. And so it's coming up in the heart position. And we know the moon affects our moods, okay? So we know that we need to be tender to ourselves here because this is feeling very emotional, but also very intuitive. Supporting the heart of the matter, we have the beautiful sun card from the animal totem deck. And so this is supporting the heart of the matter. Interesting, the sun is supporting the moon here. Now we're just coming out of a new moon, and we know a new moon is when the sun and the moon come together, right? So there's something here, kind of just getting love vibes, like you've had some love things going on this month. But remember, there's still these 2 cups here. Here's a 2 of Swords, so showing me more relationships theme, okay? Trying to find this balance. They're kind of on this almost like seesaw. Okay, let's see what's going on behind the scenes. We have the 10 of Wands, the light turned on, almost like you've been able to see maybe things that you weren't able to see before in a relationship. Here's the Star. Shining brightly. It seems like things are very clear to you now between this 10 with the light going on and the Star here in the background. Now moving into your future position, you do have the Fool, which is a favorite card. There's taking this leap of faith, and the Devil, Blackberry, making this beautiful pie. I love this version of the Devil. I guess because it's tempting in a way. The Devil card is ruled by Saturn, and it really has to do with, a lot of times has to do with guilt and shame. It does rule big business though. I like how they've taken the resources and baked this beautiful pie out of it. So there's something here that is almost like, I'm getting the impression that you're having some relationship issues. This can be love, this can be friends. And you've been trying to balance it out for a while, and it's almost like you've restructured it into something almost like a beautiful, tempting offer. So maybe the person has tried to remedy this with you, but maybe you know that the ingredients are still the same, even though it looks tempting. I'm going to roll some dice so I can get some more clarity on if this is love or friendship. We have Leo, 8th house, Uranus. Okay, so basically this is telling me Uranus is that lightning bolt of change, divine insight, so information coming in. So it's almost like the light going off, that all of a sudden you see clearly the heart of the matter, Leo, 8th house, Scorpio's house. So there's some information that's being revealed to you, and it's going to help launch you forward. Now, there may be some, someone may come back and say, oh, maybe I'm sorry, or I've restructured this, but it seems tempting. But let me pull a few more cards because I want to see if they've actually changed. Here's the 4 of Swords. There's a lot of thought going on there. 4 indicating a need to pause, to give it some time to really see. And here's the 3 of Swords. Okay, so there's a lot of overthinking. There's a lot. There's the 9 of Swords. Caught up in thinking about this relationship. What is the end result of this relationship? There's the Nine of Cups, but it's interesting that it's an empty room. So I kind of am getting the impression that there's something that needs to clear out here. The person may be sorry, but you're going to have seen enough that you know, that your intuition, your heart knows something is off, okay? So it's like you're going to try to overthink it, but you know, your heart knows. And so this is almost like emptying, like letting the person go and waiting to fill it with the right people. This is the Ten of Wands. This is like the Phoenix rising, very Scorpio. Okay, so it kind of had to get to this point, and now the Emperor comes in. He's not going to take any nonsense. He's ruled by Mars. And we know that Mars is together with Uranus this month. We know it's together with the North Node about what you came here to do. There's sometimes decisions that need to be made for the bigger picture, okay, the Emperor. Also, I love that he's holding a crystal ball. Mars is the co-ruler of Scorpio. You did roll the 8th house, which is Scorpio. So, and this is interesting because this is a card number 4, which is usually like Mars is thought of as taking action, but 4 is a pause. So it's almost like there's a need for you to pause to reflect, but you're on point. What you felt was right. You were on point. And I think this person does this behavior a lot and then tries to like make it seem great or make an offer like, oh, I made you this pie. But you know, and you know what needs to change. Okay, so what I want to do, that was like an overall theme for you, okay, for what is important for you to know this month. Now, what I want to do is I want to break this down week by week so we can see a couple cards for what is important for you to know. I'm just going to move these cards out to the side. We're going to go in with some new ones here. And we're going to talk about the 4 weeks in August. We're going to use this lovely calendar here to throw some charms on. So this is going to be week 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do this also with this deck. So you have 2 cards each for the weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's talk about week 1. 2 of water, mallow, okay? So this is like the 2 of cups, and it goes back to the relationship theme. And it looks like there's some fun here. There's some sweetness to it. And the Lovers card, okay? Theme card of the year. Interesting how they're snakes. Okay, I feel like there's information that's going to come out in this relationship. Now, just because the Lovers is here doesn't mean it has to be love. It can be, it's Gemini card, so it can be any like twin-like person. It can even be a friend, okay? Now, week number 2, another 2 of Swords, deep in contemplation, but it's not so much the mind, it's trusting feeling. Another 2 of fire. This is bee balm. See that? Interesting how many 2s are coming up here. 2 of fire, 2 of wands. There's like a transplanting going on here. Week number 3, we've got the World. Beautiful card of success, but it's also the end of a story. It's the last card of the major arcanas. And here's the Knight of Wands, this beautiful woman version. I love this version. She's not looking back. She's ready to move forward. Week number 4, this beautiful 6 of water, 6 of cups, borage. I love that card. Talk about savoring summer. And the 7 of Pentacles. There's a lot there, and it's interesting that this is kind of growing out of this like cut hand almost. So this may feel painful to you, and I'm not going to say that it's not, but this almost feels like you've known this for a while and you're ready to make some leaps forward, okay? So What I'm going to do here, I'm going to put some charms here for the month of August, and then we're going to do some letters. That's a little too many. I'm going to put a few back. Okay. Okay, so over here at the calendar on the month of August, we have a lot on Tuesday the 2nd. We have this little frying pan with this circle and this charm that has a sign for Cancer, and it says imaginative. So that might be like you making a nice meal, maybe having some company. Wednesday the 3rd, we have a bird flying, some quartz crystal, very clearing. Now on Monday, August 8th, we have the word who. And over here on the 9th, there's a lot too. There's a crown, there's a wheelbarrow, there's a broom, the number 55, and this piece of citrine. So this kind of shows me like, it almost looks like you're really in your power here on the 9th. So I think this is a real power day for you. And there's a lot about clearing, okay? Number 55 equals 10, which is a 1 in numerology. So something, a new cycle. There's a crown that you've realized your royalty. You've got a wheelbarrow to haul away what's no longer serving you, and a piece of citrine that's all about value, okay? Now, we've got this Libra sign on the 10th, charming. That's probably when you'll get your pie. And this beautiful crystal heart on the 11th, but I love how it's clear, kind of foggy and clear, okay? We have a castle over here on the 20th. We have votes for women on the 22nd. Number 71 on the 25th. We've got the word when on the 28th of August, along with the letter R underneath. And ending out the month with another votes for women, the number 52, which equals 7. And the word taste, okay, which kind of goes back to the pie thing here. So it looks like there's a lot of intensity at the beginning of the month. Then it kind of lets up here. I hope you get a little break mid-month. And then it goes back to really advocating for yourself, okay? So let's see, we have some letters here. Let's see what we can make. I already see, I think I have the word games. Yes, I do. And that was kind of what I was feeling, like there's some games going on here, the way we had that pie, and almost like, I'm sorry, but I know this drill, I've done this before, kind of thing. So being aware that the person's behavior is a repeated issue, okay? Let's see, what else do I have here? Got the word bay, and games, and is, oh, sometimes I can't find anything here. Okay, Welt Ale. Games is Bay Ale Welt. All right, well, if that makes any sense to you, I'm going to take a picture of it. Well, actually, you can see it here. Games and is Bay Ale Welt. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful month ahead. Pile number 2, this beautiful rose quartz. Love rose quartz, such a stone of self-love. Okay, so let's see. We're looking for some themes here for this month ahead of August. I haven't looked at any of these cards yet, so let's see what's going on. We're starting off with the 6 of Earth. I love this card. It's pine. This is from the Herb Crafters Tarot. I love the bonfire. It looks like they're having maybe like a outdoor dinner party, and you're invited. Okay, so starting off, 6 of Earth, 6 of Pentacles traditionally. Now, supporting the heart of the matter is the 9 of Wands. So this is coming up in the heart position. So maybe you've been hosting a lot of parties. Maybe you've been the one that everybody's been coming to. Everybody's been coming to your house. And there's some exhaustion there. Supporting the heart of the matter is a 7 of Wands. Definitely you are strong, and that keeps you going, and probably all the love in your heart for all these people is there, but there's like this need for revitalizing. Now your foundation card is the Hija of Fire, which I believe is called the Page of Wands traditionally, and it's the California poppy. Now California poppy is a great herb for sleep. It's in some of our sleep blends. And so here's this, maybe there's some things you need to try to get a better night's sleep. Because it seems like you've been playing host. Okay, let's see what's going on behind the scenes. We have the 2 of Swords. Just taking this moment to step back, right? 2 of the Mind. It's a relationship card, but she needs to have that time with herself too, to just quietly observe, retreat, rest, savor the summer. This is the Death card, and it doesn't mean anybody's going to die. It just means that we need some change to come in here, okay? You can't be the one doing it all. It's coming in next to this card with the heart, okay? So there's some changes that need to be made. Now, Pluto, the planet that rules this card, is helping us out this month. There's some trines there. It wants to help us with this change. It's the 4 of Wands, a bowerbird, building its nest on the ground, which is an interesting spot for it. This is a pause. It's almost like wherever you are, you just kind of need a nap. You need to rest. Even if you're traveling or you're on vacation, you need some pausing. You don't have to do everything. And here's the 9 of Pentacles. It's funny because this card kind of reminded me of Cape Cod before, and now this one with all the sharks. I can't seem to get the idea of sharks out of my mind in Cape Cod. But there he is swimming with the big sharks. And there's a message, or it looks like pentacles in a bottle there. So this is kind of like just feeling like just you need to take some downtime. You can't just all be on you. That's what I'm getting here. So as much as this is beautiful, this experience here is beautiful, it's a lot to pull all that off. You need to make sure you're sleeping, resting. You need that. I'm going to roll some dice just to get a little more clarity. And we have Mercury in Pisces in the 4th house. So Mercury, planet of communication, but it does rule roadways, so it can rule travel. Pisces is anything that takes you away from society, so that can be a vacation. 4th house is the house of nurturing, of safety, of the home, of the mom. So it's important for you to communicate your feelings that you need a break too. That's what I'm getting from this. Everyone needs a break, including mom. And that could be dad too. Anyone who's just doing all the tending, okay? All right, so what we're going to do is this is an overall of the month ahead, okay? Now we're going to break it down week by week. So I'm going to put these cards over to the side, and then we're going to go with some new cards here, and we're going to put some down for each week. We're going to call it 4 weeks here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to work with one other deck here. So you can have 2 cards. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Okay, so let's break it down week by week. And then we'll use some charms on the calendar too. So this is week 1. Got the Tower card, which is very Uranus energy, right? Unexpected things. So it's hard to plan for unexpected, but that is how it is. Here's the Empress. Now she, Empress is Taurus, the bull. This one's this beautiful cow. Not known to be flexible, right? So, and even though Aquarius is a fixed sign too. They're both fixed signs. You're going to sometimes have to go with the flow here on unexpected changes the first week, okay? Especially if you have vacation plans or you have guests. The Empress is Taurus. It's very much about all those beautiful things, right? Meals and all that great stuff. So just be prepared that things may not go as planned. That's the new plan. Okay, week number 2, we have this beautiful death card. This is one of my favorite versions from the Tattoo Tarot. Okay, and she's got some tears falling, and it's almost like he's just hushing her. It's okay, soothing her. A new day is dawning, okay? Along with the Queen of Wands, dynamic, fiery queen, looking very much like a Leo queen here. Now remember, this is Leo season, and what do cats do? They lie around most of the time, and then they pounce, okay? So this is kind of that energy. They're also very independent. Okay, week number 3, we've got the 5 of, I'm not sure if this is Wands, but there's, her hand is cut, okay? So yeah, there may be, again, it feels like more Uranus energy with these lightning bolts. There's some things that just aren't going to go as planned, and you're going to have to go with the flow anyways. There's some tears that need to be cried, 5 of Cups. There's some emotions that need to be cried and then moved on from. Okay. And for your last week of August, you have the King of Wands, this lovely world traveler. He would also be considered like a Leo king. And the 9 of Wands. So this kind of almost feels like thinking about where you want to go next year, getting those plans together. It's almost like he's hiked all the way up there. He's accomplished this. And so getting out and living, getting out and doing, and maybe starting to think ahead about what brought you joy this summer, how you want to do things differently next summer, okay? So that's what I have for your 4 weeks. I'm going to put some charms onto this calendar. Lots of things falling out at the top. Like the first week is chock full. You've got all sorts of little animals, trees, this one says Monument Valley. There's a Leo symbol, a Sagittarius symbol. We've got corkscrews and airplanes and guitars and a little unicycle. So it's almost like if that's your vacation week, it looks chock full, okay? Then we move into week 2. The 9th, we have a book, an open book here. And the 10th has a lot going on too. We've got some symbols here for St. Christopher, protect us. We have some peace signs, a castle, some music. So you may be traveling again. Have the word want over the 11th, all right? On the 16th, I have a button. The 17th looks like we have the Eiffel Tower, a star, and a boat. So this might be another active day. And then we have a lot going on here. It looks like between the weekends of the 19th and 20th, 26th and 27th also. Got this ring here looped into this circle. Cross, a symbol for Mary. A unicorn. So there's a lot of activity here. Maybe some families in town. And then it's pretty wide open. The 25th looks like you might be getting a visitor. And then towards the end of the month, we have this train here. So maybe you're returning from something. Okay, so much more intense beginning of the month, not so much towards the end of the month. Let's do some letters here. Looking for names, places, initials. And let's see what we've got. These up a little so you can see it. All right. Do I have the word paint? P-A-I-N-T. Paint. Great. Great to paint. What else do we have? Any names here? It's not always easy to do this when I feel like I have to do it quickly. Okay. So I've got the word need, great paint need. Pennsylvania. And do I have a C? No. Virginia. And I have BI, Black Island, and the initials LAL. Okay, I've got great, paint, need, got PA, Virginia, Black Island, and the initials LAL. So see if those mean anything to you, and have a wonderful month ahead. Pile number 3, this beautiful chunk of clear quartz. I love quartz. It's one of my favorite stones to work with. I feel like it picks up so much and can just clear it out for us. Okay, let's see what we need to know this month of August, this big month ahead. And I haven't looked at any of these cards yet, so let's see what we have going on. You're starting off with the 3 of Air, 3 of Swords. This is Echinacea. I think this is a lovely version of 3 of Swords. Echinacea being a plant that is used for immune boosting, right? I think there was a period of time where Echinacea was really, there was a lot of people saying that it didn't do anything, that it was a placebo, that it didn't have any effect. And then I think it kind of validated itself again, and I see it used often in many herbal remedies. So 3 of Air, 3 of Swords, sometimes the hard times end up being like through the idea of it getting a bad rap, it got its name back out there, right? So there we go, 3 of Air, airing it out, quartz crystal up here, clearing things out. Let's see what the heart of the matter is. We have the King of Pentacles, this bull, Taurus King, Earth King, and he's in the heart here. I wouldn't mess with him. He knows what he wants. He's grounded. He's clear. And he's not taking any garbage. Now, supporting the heart of the matter is the Magician. And this is one of my favorite magicians here from the Black Cat Tarot. And what a fun one with his top hat and his cigar, and he's elevated. So he's supporting the heart. He's supporting that King of Pentacles, knowing what you want, sticking to what you want, knowing that you have the magic, you have the ability to make anything happen, even through bad publicity. Foundation card is the 3 of Cups. This is the Tattoo Tarot. So I like that this is black and white. This is the sketch. Hasn't quite been filled in yet, but it has to do with like a friend group. There's all these people, all these women around you. So interesting that you're being topped and bottomed with 3s, 3s being a foundation number. Now behind the scenes, we have the Adelita of Air, which I believe is the warrior, the Knight of Swords. Interesting that it's oregano. Interesting that this is like a yoni steam, right? And so just this fresh light energy coming in. Kind of lightening things up. There's the Queen of Swords. She's sharpening that blade there. She's a writer. She's a communicator. She's a queen of boundaries. Okay. In your future position, we have the 6 of Cups, which looks like a great way to spend the day on the river. These otters having a great time. And the Justice card. Okay, Libra card ruled by Venus, balance, relationships. It's card number 11. 11, 1 and 1 is 2. Call this a 2 card. Balance. Okay, so there's a lot of joy here. So there's like almost like you've gone through some hard times. Maybe you've been misunderstood. You've kind of stuck to your guns, so to speak. You know your value. You know that things can change quickly. With the Magician here, you can start envisioning the life that you want. You can clear things out a little bit in the background, sharpen things up, get ready to communicate your message clearly. Now, there's a lot of like enjoying summer energy here. 6 of Cups. 2022 is a 6 year, so it's about moving forward. And this Justice card, finding this balance, finding this beauty, making this move forward. And her eyes are blindfolded, so she needs to go within to know what's important, what's of value. Okay, so I'm going to roll some dice here just so I can make sure we hit on all the subjects we need to. This is Saturn in the sign of Leo in the 8th house. Okay, so we know that this month has a lot of Saturn energy. Saturn, like this kind of the rules, right? Saturn is retrograded right now. So it's kind of, we're taking a look at what we hold ourselves accountable to. Leo is the heart. So making sure that we're being accountable to our heart. And 8th house is Scorpio's house. All those deep emotions, right? And making sure that we're living the life that we want to, that we're making money the way that we want to. 8th house rules other people's money. Okay, Saturn is long-term success over time, and Leo is being true to you. All right, so I'll put that over to there. So what I want to do is, this is your overall reading for the month ahead. I'm going to break it down week by week now. So I'm just going to move these cards out, and we're going to put some fresh cards on the table. And with the theme of, we're going to break it down into 4 weeks. For August, what's important for you to know week by week. Then we'll pull some charms over on our lovely calendar here and some letters. Okay, so week by week, let's go here. And we'll see what you need to know. Okay, week number 1. I've got this Devil card. Look at her. Wow. That's intense, beautiful. Big business, intense emotion, intense power. This is one of the cards of the year this year. Coming up for week 1. Very sensual too. There's definitely a lot of Pluto action going on. There's a lot of sensual energy available. 5 of Water, Golden Seal. Okay, Golden Seal. I know people used to take Golden Seal to pass like drug tests, right? 5 of Water, change of emotion. Golden Seal's a cleanser. So the Devil can rule old stuff also. So there's time to cleanse. And we saw in this position before that Yoni steam. So there's something there about cleansing some old relationship energy out. Week number 2, we have this beautiful Empress in the Black Cat's Tarot. And Hija of Air, Catnip, which would be the Page of Swords. This cat rolling around in catnip. So this Taurus Empress energy, she's going to do things that are important to her, of value to her, of beauty to her. It has to do with Venus. And maybe it's just simply rolling around in some plants you like. Now, week number 3, it's like things aren't moving as quick as you want. He's sitting there with something going on with his leg. 4 of Swords. So kind of like maybe some thoughts are in the way that are kind of distracting you, holding you back a little. And here is, I believe that this is the Queen of Earth, Sweetgrass, braiding it all together. Okay, so not everything, you know, sometimes the emotions that we feel, they're just kind of braided in with the other ones. Sweetgrass is used for clearing also. Week number 5, we've got this 5 of Cups. So sad to see summer ending and winter coming. And the Wheel of Fortune, the Kitchen Garden. So yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of emotions up and down, but there's a lot of power here. There's a need to kind of just rest and savor the important little pieces of the last bit of summer here. Don't get too caught in thinking about the change of season or the things that you missed out on, because there's this beautiful, beautiful Wheel of Fortune here, which is such a positive card. Kitchen Garden. So just really savoring the flavors that you were able to enjoy this summer. Okay. Now I'm going to pull a few charms here. I'm going to put them onto this calendar. see where they fall. We lost a couple. Interesting that this 3 just rolled out on top of the Empress here, which is a 3, a foundation number. So over here, your calendar has a lot of, like, it's a lot of spread outness. So I see a lot of activity the first week. We've got mermaids and a piano and a dragon. And the second week, a little bit quieter, some birds and a horse. Maybe you get out in nature. The third week, we've got a little car zooming in here. Maybe you've got some friends in town. Just keep the peace, okay? The third week, we're looking at maybe starting to look at our diet a little bit more. You did get St. Christopher Protect Us, which has to do with traveling. And one of these, I think this is hematite, staying really grounded. Almost like this is a Weight Watcher symbol, weight loss. So it's kind of like lightening up for your trip ahead, really. Your last week, you've got sunglasses, a music sign, the letter G, a dog, little knife, Mary symbol. On the 31st here is the G. So yeah, you've got a lot going on. It looks like a lot of fun is happening. You just got to make sure that you take the downtime too. We've got a symbol here for this little mushroom here at the end of the month, and another black stone here. Okay, the need to stay grounded. So I see you kind of a lot of activity, but enough space to be able to take some downtime. All right. So I feel like there's a few more things I want to say to you, and I'm just going to pull a couple oracles for you. Oh, I didn't do letters yet either. This is the Beltane season of the Witch Oracle. I know this is not Beltane season, but it's a very sensual deck, and I feel a lot of sensual energy during the month of August with so much Pluto activity going on. So let's see what you need to know. We've got Fire Festival. Through flame and through song, there will rise a new dawn. Talk about Pluto. Interesting how she's wearing white, and like white so has to do with Virgo, the virgin energy. So like there's this purification happening. There's been a theme here of that for you. And the sun god. Come all, come now, expand into the skies and into the shadows below. Okay. So savor the summer, enjoy the good times that you have. Try to let go of the, I feel like there's a sense of like looking back, like you didn't get to do everything you wanted to do. Maybe you just need to plan next year's vacation now. That one doesn't feel like it pulled enough. How about 1, 2 more? Okay. Sometimes I feel like I pull too many and then I don't pull enough. Let's see what we've got going on here for you. Got the word cup. Let's see. I feel so on the spot that I have to kind of come up with words, and then I can't come up with any of them. All right, I've got the word hive, H-I-V-E, cup hive, and geode. I think that's how you spell geode. And the word pork. Cups, hive, geode, pork. Well, that's an interesting bunch of words. Cup, hive, geode, pork. Well, maybe that means something to you. Thanks for joining me. Have a great month ahead.